Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Now time for an interview. Coming off a hot victory at the North American Mini Major for Stage 2 is none other than Matthew Achieved Solomon of TSM. How are you doing today? Thank you for taking the interview. Thank you for talking to me. Obviously, I'm not Parker, but I'll try and do my best. How's life?
Life is good, you know. Just came off a dub, like you said, so I mean, can't really say anything else. But you know, just taking some time off right now after the mini major, resetting, and yeah, just chilling.
Yeah, how have you guys been doing with, I guess, the structure of the league? Obviously, a lot of changes coming over from last year to this year, and there's a lot more, I guess, scheduled off time than there used to be under ESL. What's that been like for you guys, just trying to plan around that and trying to make sure that you're focusing on taking some off time?
The schedule of the league it's pretty good, I think. I just think that, you know, we play the same teams constantly right now, and I don't really think it's, you know, like the league, but it's just because the top 4 teams keep placing like top 4 in like the majors and stuff like that. So we kind of play like the same teams like over and over again, which is understandable. But when ESL was here, we never really like made like top 2 consistently and stuff like that. So we never got to like, you know, go to these like majors and stuff. So like that's pretty cool, and with us going to like these majors and stuff, we actually have like a lot less off time than before. So yeah, but I like the schedule overall. I like the format too. I think it's really good, and I think when LANs actually come back around too, I think the format will like really show like how good it is like then, especially.
Well, speaking of LAN, you guys were in the privileged position to be able to actually play this mini major on LAN. How was that? How was that getting back in and, you know, feeling not 70 ping all the time?
Yeah, no, it definitely felt really good playing the game on LAN again. You know, the last LAN that anyone's ever played at was SI, you know, the biggest event of the year, and then and we placed third at you know, and right after that, you know, everything kind of blew up, and then no LANs, but like I don't know. Being like the first LAN back on Siege too, for like this major was like really cool. I'm glad like we got to play at it, because like just playing on LAN again was like really incredible. Obviously, it's not like the same environment as like it usually is when you play at LAN. We were in a room and we just played. We never really seen the players and stuff, which is really good. You know, all things considered. So it wasn't like the complete same environment, but being able to play on LAN with like no ping and no latency and stuff like that was like really cool. So
yeah, I'm sure it's you hear a lot of traditional sports athletes talking about the difference in the environment right now too. You know, there's no fans in the audience, there's no momentum in the crowd, you can't feel that surge when a big play happens, so it's a different environment. I can only imagine. Speaking of, actually, you guys in this mini major, you head in against SSG, and there's an interesting parallel to the last LAN that was played, at least for North America, which was SI20, where they went in, down a map, and were able to come back. You guys, same situation against SSG, down a map, and you win 3 in a row. Was there any kind of, I guess, hesitance or flashbacks kind of back to 6 Invitational when you see that kind of matchup and that kind of scoreline heading in?
No, to be honest, we all believe that we should have won, you know, our match against them in winners finals at SI. So like we all have like insane, you know, like really big confidence, you know, like no matter who we play, we're gonna think we're the best, we're gonna think we're gonna win. We knew that like even at SI, like we lost because like they played better, and we had like quite a bit of mistakes. Even the first time we played them in the major, you know, we were really confident going into that, because before that we beat them in Pro League, and then we beat them in we also beat them in the major before that. So I would say SSG is one of the teams that like we probably play them the least out of any other top 4 team in NA. But every time we play them, like it's a really good game. But we knew even after we lost to them the first time this major, when we lost 0-2, we knew that if we like, because we had like a game plan going in, and we did not play to our game plan at all. Like we did not play how we wanted to at all. So when we went into the finals, we knew that, you know, hey, like if we play our game, like we're gonna win this, like for sure. Like no doing what we did last time when we played these guys. Like we played scared, stuff like that. Just play our game, play how we want to. Also, like we knew that we were down 0-1, and the first map was Clubhouse. We water reviewed our clubhouse like the night beforehand, made a few changes, stuff like that. Went back to some of our old stuff, and we came out on Clubhouse swinging, and then after we won Clubhouse, I knew that we would take the series because, they had a really good opportunity to go up like 2-0 against us because the 1-0 lead, and then Clubhouse is like their best map. So us winning that map just gave us even more confidence on like the maps that we were good at too on the next few maps. So we were just able to close it out there.
Yeah, no, it really looked like after Club that it wasn't, well, it was a game, don't get me wrong, it was a fun game to watch, but I can see what you're saying by being in control, being in the driver's seat, kind of feeling like you have the confidence to back up your plays. Talking a lot about the top 4 in NA, and guess what, you play against the top 4 again in another tournament in a month, the US Finals. Kind of, I guess, our new structured replacement for USN. USN in the past wasn't really like, I guess, a huge spectacle, but it was a fun time in Vegas in 2018 and 2019, I guess. Looking forward to these US Finals, depending when they are, where they are, if they are even on land. A lot of questions there, but another tournament against the top 4, I guess. Thoughts, feelings, expectations heading in. It's the same rigmarole for the last 2 majors.
I'm glad they have like a substitution for USN because I actually like really enjoyed USN, and I think it's like a really cool like event, being the best in the US, stuff like that. I think that's really cool. So I'm glad they like have a substitute for it now. Playing the top 4, I mean, maybe there'd be a few changes in the top 4, but I don't know. It's consistently been the top 4, so it's kind of hard, just to say that. But I would like to play against some new people, but I mean, playing against everyone in the league right now, like they're all really good. They're all, in my opinion, like probably the best teams in the world anyways. So, I mean, we're still just practicing against the best and stuff like that. Hopefully it's on land too again. I think that'd be like really cool. But obviously we don't know yet. We don't know what's going on with that. But yeah, I mean, just happy to play in like another tournament again, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I can imagine, especially with a lot of off time that a lot of other teams, like you said, who don't get to go to those majors every single season, get to experience and be kind of the desert in between each stage. I guess taking things away from competition a little bit, you guys obviously just moved into a new facility together as a team. I believe that was for all of stage 2. That was right before stage 2, right? Yeah, so yeah. So what's the team house environment been like, I guess, as a change for the team? Has it helped things? Obviously, you're not going to come out and say if it's hurting things, but I guess differences in the way team interacts or just things you've noticed with living with the boys.
It's definitely helped us like a lot, to be honest with you. We're able to spend a lot more time on the game because back in the day we would scrim. We would still like dry run for like an hour a day and do something like VOD reviews and stuff like that. But I will say like now since we all live together and we're all here, we do a lot more dry runs, a lot more like VOD reviews. We do like drills and stuff like that. So there's a lot more that we do end up doing together as a team. But overall, the experience has been like really, really good. I can't really complain, to be honest with you. So everything's good, no complaints. House is amazing, and just glad that we're able to like all sit here and focus on the game because for the longest time, we haven't had a team house, and a lot of other people have, and we kind of saw that as like kind of a disadvantage. So I'm glad that we have one now, and that the work that we're putting in is like showing, and I'm glad we're able to put in a lot more work now that we're all together too. So
yeah, that's it's good to hear, and honestly, it's I think it's shown in a lot of honestly the top 4 teams in NA, and I don't know, this is kind of an unfair question. I don't even know if you'd have the ability to answer it, but I'm just kind of comparing in my head the difference between the consistency in NA and the consistency in EU as of late. We've seen a lot of turmoil in the standings in EU in both stage 1 and 2. Just a lot of teams that we'd expect to be at the top and maybe in the middle ground not being where they should be versus NA kind of playing out to the way many predicted heading in. Do you see maybe team houses or team facilities like that being actually kind of an advantage that NA has over EU now?
Personally, I think team houses like help a lot. I could see them helping a lot of other teams too. Some people have like different opinions on them. Some people don't like them, but personally I like them. I think and all my teammates wanted a team house too. Like you're just able to put in like a lot more time together and like actually focus on the game. Like the big thing like for me, for personally, like I had a lot of stuff that was going on like in my personal life back at home, but since I moved out here, like I don't have to deal with like a lot of that stuff anymore. So like it's pretty well, I would say. I know other people experience that, but I know like teams like G2 have like apartments in EU. It looked like it helped them, but I'm not really sure. I think it completely depends on the team and the team atmosphere, like whether like they all get along and stuff. Because I think if you're gonna have a team house, you definitely have to like get along with your friends and stuff like that. But as long as like other teams can do that, especially in like EU, I think it'll help them.
All right, and I guess finish it off with an easy one for you. You guys already have your spot for SI locked up, obviously. Last year, 3rd place, actually. Very, very high standing. You're gonna look to win. Everyone wants to win SI. But with the new, I guess, the point format and 20 teams instead of 16, again, depending on what kind of COVID allowances we get through all of this, is there anything specifically about this new re-envisioned SI that really excites you?
I mean, I think the 20 teams is like really big, to be honest with you. I actually like that a lot. More teams coming to the event is like just better, more competition, stuff like that, more games for the fans, stuff like that. Maybe potentially more storylines too. But I mean, I guess we really haven't heard anything from SI in terms of like prize pool and stuff like that. But obviously, you know, the prize pool was pretty high last year. Maybe they'll make it higher. But just winning, you know, SI, the World Championship would be awesome. That's our main goal. You know, that was the last international event that Siege had. So hopefully they're able to, you know, pull this together and, you know, with everything going on in the world, hopefully they're able to do it because that would be awesome. Being able to play like another international LAN would be incredible. So especially at SI, you know, the World Championship. So yeah.
Like you said, hopefully we get the opportunity to see someone lift that hammer in person. Matt, thanks for taking the time with me. Obviously, I'm not Parker. Try to do my best. I hope this is a fun conversation, at least for you. And I want to thank you again for just being so open and talking about everything so in depth that it means a lot. And I'm sure there's a couple other people out there that are feeling the same way. So thank you, brother. Hope all is well. And anything you want to finish off with to the fans and the people supporting you.
Thank you, Flynn, for the interview. Appreciate it. Thank you, Watch Retake, also for having me on. And once again, thank you to all the fans, supporters for supporting us.